Hi coaches, we're going to go over our line-out structures now. We're going to concentrate on our 5-man, so we'll be working on our 5-man for this week against St. Pat's. And we'll also work on it afterwards. We'll introduce a 6-man line-out and also a full 7-man line-out as well. Some consistencies with our line-out this year, regardless of 5, 6 or 7, is going to be the calling structure. Calling structure is going to be a 4-letter word. For example, it could be Nova, but it could be any word we want it to be as 4 letters. And we're always going to come in 2 waves, so the hooker and the bookends, which I'll explain in a second, and the jump lift group. So on our 5-man, the first 3 players will arrive will be our hooker and will be our bookend, which is traditionally a prop, and our other bookend, which is going to be a prop. Those guys arrive first, get their set nice and early, get to the line out nice and early. Then we're going to have our jumping/lifting group come in the second wave, and they'll come in nice and tight together. And the whole ethos of all of our lineouts this year is we're trying to beat our opposition with speed. Speed on the ground and speed into the air with a good throw. How we do that is we identify where the spaces are and we move to that area and throw to that area. So we're going to have our 3 guys come in like this, and there's going to be just a nod or look from our main designated jumper/caller. And if those 3 move in and there's no pod opposite them, there'll be a nod of the head from the jumper to the hooker, and there'll be a quick throw. So these players will walk into that position there, nod of the head, quick throw. Another scenario, and there are multiple scenarios, so the idea of these calling systems is to give us flexibility and just try and ID opportunity. If these 3 all walk in together at the front, i.e. we're trying to manipulate what our opposition are doing, and again there's opportunity on, nod of the head, good throw, ball off the top or drop and pop, and the ball's playable. So we want these 3 players to use their common sense, come in nice and tight, find an area, and if we get a quick throw and play quick rugby, then that's excellent for us. If these 3 players come in and they're matched up, i.e. our opposition mirror them, at that stage there we'll have an off call. If we verbalise that off call, our players will come in and they'll just go equidistant, and we'll take up the whole area there, and then we go to our calling structure, which would be our 4-letter word. The key thing about the 5-man line-out is that we drop the first letter, and we just go O-V-A. That just represents O, V, and A. And if we were to call O, that player there would wait, these players would come forward, and that player would go up if we called an O. And that replicates itself on a V, or that replicates itself on an A. So come in and manipulate, ID the space and manipulate the defense. If we can go quick, then we go quick. Just a nod. If we call off, then that's when we go equidistant and we can use our calling system there. The more we practice this, the better we get at it. The key components is that we need our pod technique, so our line out pod technique, to be very good. And how do we practice that? We practice that with good error correction and multiple repetitions. So we're going to have our supporters in really strong positions. We're going to have our jumpers jumping correctly with all the correct techniques that we know about. This is our 5-man line-out. We'll be using this a lot from preps all the way up. Obviously in the preps we won't do lifting, but from Form 1 upwards we can lift.